What's going on, world? It's DS1 Ross. Represent the New Black Alliance. Family, good morning. Just came to chop it up with y'all. I want to discuss something that's a real serious topic. And I think, everybody that's discussing this topic is discussing it from a particular aspect of it or coming at it from a particular angle, but I'm going to come at it from my own angle. As y'all can see, the name of this live stream is called The Conscious War. And just so y'all understand, y'all definitely are in tune with Sheep Stay Sleep Radio. And today's topic is the conscious war. And based off what we see going on in the conscious community, there's a conscious war. A lot of people are at odds with one another. A lot of people are at odds with people's ideologies, people's ways, techniques, personalities. It's just a war. It's a lot of tension. It's a lot of backbiting. It's a lot of lying. It's just a big mess. And this conscious community war that everybody's talking about shows that Black people are faced with a bigger war. See, what we got to understand, family, is that consciousness deals with your mind. And if consciousness deals with your mind and the conscious community is at war, then we must understand that the war that's being perpetuated on us and we're being manipulated to not see or understand is the mental war. Not war on consciousness or the conscious community, but the war on your conscious mind and the war on your subconscious mind. See, what we got to understand, family, is that a lot of us in this conscious community is at war with a lot of people or cause a lot of dissension, that want to divide and conquer, that want to separate, that want to cause issues. A lot of these people are at war with themselves. They're in a war every day when they wake up and look in the mirror. They at war with themselves. And the war that we wage against ourselves personally is what creates the atmosphere for us to have this war that we see in the conscious community. You see, I talked about something in my last live stream. I talked about coons, trolls, and sellouts. You see, in order to be a coon or a troll or a sellout, you must first be at war with yourself. In order for you to make a decision to sell another brother or sister out that look like you, you're at war in your own mind. You're at war in your heart. You at war in your spirit. And this is what we're not understanding, family. The things that you see going on right now are the results of people at war with themselves. You see, we all talk about the devil, you know, the beast. But see, what I notice is that we all like to speak from the negative forces in nature as something outside of you or outside of us. But how many of us is fighting that beast inside? How many of us is fighting the beast inside of us? How many of us is trying to heal from past wounds? Because the people that you see running around trolling and causing dissension are people who have unresolved hurt. You see? And as you can see, even the people who call themselves quote unquote psychologists and psychiatrists, and that's supposed to have the answer for us, they're still hurt. They still have unresolved hurt and pain. And this is the reason why what he tried to get done won't get done. Because ultimately, when you don't heal, you'll never build. And this is the problem we have. Everyone's asking, why is nothing getting done? Nothing's getting built because it's standing on a faulty foundation. It's standing on a foundation of lies, deception, ego, arrogance. It's not standing under the foundation or under the premise of love, under the premise of respect. You know, and this is why we keep asking the same questions and going in the same circles and having the same type of conversations from the same different points of views, from the same point of views, rather. And this is why you hear people saying, everybody's saying the same shit. But this is why you have to listen, people. Context is key. Context. So when we hear people get on live streams and speak, listen to the context that they speaking in. Because see, context shows that a person understands what they're talking about. See, a lot of people just get up here and spit rhetoric and spit talking points that, you could watch your favorite lecturer say. I hear people quote people verbatim. They don't even take the information and apply it and, you know, understand it from their own perspective. You see? So we got to understand that we at a conscious war. We're in a conscious war. And the people that are running around and doing these malicious things, if you was to sit down and really talk to them, you would really understand that they're at war with themselves. They hate themselves. That's why they run around in the community and hate mongerers, because they hate themselves. The people who participate in the bullshit are dealing with a lot of bullshit in their own life. This is why they perpetuate it to people, because this is what they're dealing with. This is what they're faced with. And what they're doing is they're finding places where they think they can express how they feel. So in the beginning, you may hear a person's message and, think it's powerful and think that is coming from a place of sincerity, until that person starts to get more and more attention. And then you start to see their message begins to drift. And that's just because their consciousness is coming to the forefront. How they really feel and what they really think is coming to the forefront. You see? You know a person is at war in their mind when they tell you they want to help the people, but they bash the people that they claim they want to help. Not constructive criticism, but they bash them. See, we have to understand that. That's a person that can't be a teacher and that can't be a leader. And this is why I say we must stop looking for leaders. We must be leaders in our own capacities. Because when you start looking for leaders and looking for people to lead you, and that person is not able to effectively do what you thought they can, what your mind is programmed to do is to blame that person for your failure. So in one way or another, you was looking for that leader to do what you didn't want to do for you, which is to save you. And the main reason why I say we need to stop looking for leaders is because a lot of us are at war with ourselves. People that speak consciousness, speak truth, speak light, speak positivity, you know, want to uplift your people, want to empower your people. It's a difficult job because in this world where hate is promoted and propagated through the media, when you're trying to change the landscape of your people, people tend to attack you. People tend to scrutinize you. People tend to challenge you. And see, we all like to say we're going to get that, that kickback from other people, but it usually starts from us. The scrutinize come from us first. All the anger and hateful words come from us. And see, the other people, they sit there and watch us do the infighting. And that's when they come along like vultures and sweep up the rest. This is how you got the culture's vultures in the conscious community. They were allowed in because we didn't protect our consciousness. We didn't protect our minds. You see, we didn't protect what we claim to create because we at war with ourselves. So it's easy for you, when you disagree with another brother or sister, for you to backbite them or throw a slick remark in there. It's easy to do that, you know? And we do that to each other because we want to seem superior. So we want to dominate each other. That's white supremacy. You see? That's a white supremacist construct. And I'm going to do a video on that too. And I'm going to go in a little bit on that too. On why Black people should never compete against each other. Because when we compete with each other, we destroy one another. And that's a form of a conscious war. And this is what you see now. Everybody's competing when everybody should do what they do and build in their own right. And then show the world what they've created from their resources that they pulled together, which is the people. You know, if you got a plan, get with the people who want to hear the plan and have something to contribute to your plan. But if somebody don't want to be part of your plan. You don't try to destroy their character. You don't disrespect them. You don't tell them that they're not about revolution. They're not about change. They're not about growth because they don't want to be a part of your plan, because that's a form of narcissism. You think you got the blessed plan for the people, so people should follow you. You see? So when you hear a person speak like that, that's a person that's at war with themselves, because you develop that attitude when people don't follow you, when people don't want to hear you out. So you start judging people because they don't want to hear you or they don't want to deal with that. So now you go into name calling and bashing. You see? So we dealing with hurt people, family. We dealing with a lot of hurt people that's claiming to be conscious, but is not aware of their own wounds. See, we need wound therapy. Black people, we need therapy. You see? Drinking and getting high together is not therapeutic no more for the black people. It's not therapeutic for us no more, family. That was for our grandfathers and grandmothers and our ancestors. They celebrated as a form of therapy. That's not working for us no more. And you can see that. Because when you go to clubs, people don't even dance no more. People stand on the wall and take pictures and look in their phone. They got a cup in their hand, getting drunk, looking in their phone. Wounded. Not even there to enjoy themselves. Then we wonder why all the clubs get shut down in New York City. Then we wonder why we can't party after a certain time in the southern states. Because our actions is showing the effects of our hurt. And we only hurting ourselves. Because if a person that looked like you is the one who hurt you, you're going to try to hurt the person that looked like you in return. And that's what we got to understand, family. We dealing with hurt people. This is why my motto is heal before we build. That's what we got to do. Nothing is being built because we haven't healed from anything. We haven't. And we just got to realize and accept that we are hurt people. And we must first heal from our wounds. You see, no one can be an effective teacher if we don't heal. How we going to teach the youth? How we going to tell the youth to think if all we do is react? We can't teach effective response if we in the mindset of reaction. Because see, when you react, you don't think. So this is why you might be on a live stream with somebody and they may say something you don't like. And the first thing you do is react and say something disrespectful. Not being mindful that you claim you for your brother. You claim you for your sister. So what you should do is stop and think and then respond. See, I had to learn that. I was very aggressive when I was young, and I still have issues with it to this day. But I understand that part of me. So I work on that, because I can't say I want to teach the babies, but I can't control my temper. You see? And your children see that. See, I realized that. Becoming a parent, I realized that. You're always under the microscope. And we must understand that. Being in this conscious community, we must understand that. Online, offline, wherever. If you claiming to be something of importance, something of change, a pillar of change, you must understand that you're always under the microscope. People are always looking to scrutinize you. So we must be aware of our conduct. We must be aware first of our thoughts and how we process them. Because how we process our thoughts is how we're going to handle the situation. And a lot of us handle situations in a fucked up way. And we handle them in a fucked up way because we haven't been taught effectively how to deal with problems. You see? And a lot of us is learning through trial and error. This is why you hear people apologize to people so much. And which is nothing wrong with that. But how many times do I got to hear you say sorry before I see some growth? If you love someone, you're not going to keep hurting them, especially if you acknowledge that you hurt that person. Why would you keep doing the same thing to hurt them? Why would you keep doing the same thing to offend them? If you want to do good by them. So either you want to do good by them or you're lying or you're being disingenuous. Is either one or the other. And see, a lot of us don't understand that we perpetrating a fraud. You see? But through time, people are exposing themselves. They're exposing themselves and showing their true agenda. You see? Because they haven't reconciled the problem that's within them. So you can't reconcile nobody else's issues. And this is what we got to understand. And this is what we don't understand. This is what I hear people not addressing. You see? This is why I said what I said in the Dr. Mayat video. Nobody's addressing that. A lot of these brothers have mother issues. See, stuff like that is being said, but are they being properly addressed? Are we having these type of live stream conversations where people are actually being healed? A lot of us brothers have woman issues. We have problems with our mothers. This is why we address the women the way we do. This is the reason why we don't know how to use our feelings when we're supposed to. And this is why I get upset when I see brothers blatantly abuse women. Because I used to be one of those dudes and didn't care. And I'm telling y'all what it is because I'm me. Either you gonna like me or you not. I could care less. I'm here to deliver a message. I'm a messenger. I'm not an actor. So yeah, I was like that. And there's things I've reconciled in my life, like the relationship with my mom. because I didn't want to grow up and have a daughter and let my daughter see me treat her mother a certain way or treat her a certain way. I didn't want that for myself. I didn't want that for my wife. I didn't want that for my daughter. And even when I have one, I'll be even more mentally sharp then because I work on these things. I work on these things. So this live stream is not to condemn anyone. I'm not here to condemn anyone. What I'm saying, family, is if we really here for change, we got to change ourselves first. Like Biggie said, we can't change the world till we change ourselves. We can't heal people until we heal ourselves personally. See, I'm speaking from an individual aspect. Everybody like to talk about the collective. But the collective starts with who? You and I. And that's what the universe is built off of, right? You and I. So if you and I ain't right within ourselves, then the universe ain't gonna be right. And that's why it's not. Because people don't want to reconcile their hurt. They don't want to reconcile their pain. Everybody's afraid to put their flaws out. And this is why you see people being exposed. See, you can't be exposed when you let people know I'm flawed. When you let people know I fucked up. And you're not afraid to put it out there. And this is the conscious war that we're dealing with. We don't understand how this conscious war is propagated against us. This is why we have to stop following trends. Create your own content. Come up with your own topics. And speak from your perspective. Stop being afraid. Stop wanting to sound eloquent if you're not. Stop putting on a motherfucking show, basically. I'm not here for the peanut gallery. I'm not here for the shenanigans. I'm not here for that. See, we don't understand that. Your world star hip hops, your Vlad TVs, all of these media outlets are propaganda machines. They're propaganda machines to further continue the conscious war. You see? So Vlad might hit one of us up because we got our views up and we're controversial, because that's who he put on his channel. Say he hit one of us up. We have to understand that who this dude is and what is his agenda. He's there to interrogate you and for you to criminalize yourself through what you say. So he asks you questions. He asks you souped up questions. And then if you notice in his interviews, he go back and compare the question that he asking you to some shit he asked another dude, and then ask you what you feel about the other person's response. To create a rift, to create contrast. That's beef. Oh, so you don't agree with that, huh? Well, in this lyric, you said this, so it kind of sounds like you see what he's doing. This is what This is what we have in the conscious community now. You got people creating channels and getting on their live streams and doing shit like that. And what is that doing in return? Exposing people for being liars, fakes, and frauds, for being charlatans, for just not being genuine. You see? And the conscious war, it goes deeper than what we think, man. It goes into symbology, what they show us on TV, dealing with colors and the restaurants and everything. We gotta really think, family. We saying we conscious and we aware, but what are we aware to? Are we aware that the war is mental? Are we aware of that? You see? See, the white supremacists, they stay in war mode. This is why they always win. This is why white supremacy reigns. It reigns because they're in constant war mode with their opposition. This is how they could come up with laws. See, gentrification, that's strategy. I don't have to kill y'all no more and hang y'all. I'll just economically deprive your race. So you'll still perpetuate the life of a slave, but you won't be in a chain. You'll be in a mental chain. Because every day you got to take your ass to that factory job and stand on the assembly line. You see? The war that's being fought is mental, fam. And that's what slavery did to us. It mentally indoctrinated us. Because slavery is nothing but a form of torture. And if you look it up, when you torture someone, you can fracture their mentality. You can destroy the way they think, the way they evaluate things, the way they see things. This is why rape and molestation is very dangerous. But all of that stuff derives from what? Lies. You see? It all derives from lies. Pretending to be something you're not. So we got to understand the war that we're in, and the war that we propagating on ourselves now. See, white supremacy is on autopilot. The system works on autopilot now because they got your coons and your trolls and your sellouts that's in favor to the system because the system supports their mentality. So they're going to protect that. So this is why you're going to have people that's going to set certain things up. You see? We at war with ourselves, family. Now, am I saying, do we have an enemy? Oh, yeah. I'm definitely not saying we our own worst enemy. I'm not saying that. I'm not on that, you know, I'm not on that, you know, but we are definitely propagating this war on ourselves now, family. We are. We're destroying ourselves. We're destroying ourselves online. See, what people got to understand is that social media is a world within a world. This computer is a world, virtual reality. So you have people who actually have a life online, meaning they are who they are on the internet, but off the internet, they're nobody. They're not respected for nothing. They're not known for nothing. They don't stand on nothing. You see? And you could tell who these people are by the things that they doing. So if you running around here making it your duty to cause confusion, to call people out, to be a troll, you're nobody in real life. Because if you taking your time out of your real life to do some bullshit, then what is your life really about? Nothing. It's about turmoil. It's about pain that hasn't been resolved. So you want to run around and put it off on other people. So you get mad when you feel like nobody fucking with you. So you get mad, you know? You get mad when a person get more views than you. You get mad when a person got more subscribers than you. Because that's what you here for. You here to be noticed. You here for attention. Because that's what you was neglected of. That's what you was deprived of. Of attention. You didn't get a lot of hugs. You didn't get a lot of love. That's why you promote hate. That's why you promote confusion. And when you really sit back and you pay attention, a lot of these people have psychosis. A lot of these trolls, they have issues within their mind. That's why they do what they do. Because I sit back and I watch some of these troll videos and I be like, damn, how could you actually take somebody's video or somebody live stream that they had for about 3-4 hours and you actually sat there, listened to it all, and then just demeaned everything? Like, what is your purpose? If this person is not saying nothing that's real, if this person is not about shit, why are you following them? Why are you so concerned with what they have to say? Maybe because you are the person affected by the shit that you saying the other person is affected with. Maybe you're the person that's not about shit. That's why you keep following people that's not about shit. Or maybe that's why you want to follow somebody anyway, because you ain't about shit. Because you not going to do nothing on your own. That's why you looking for somebody to follow. See, that's why my thing is always don't listen to the messenger, listen to the message. Like the Bible say, follow the word. Don't follow the word of man because men are flawed and men will be judged. You see? So a lot of people, I'm going to just touch on this real quick. A lot of people are mad at, what Eddie Long was doing. And even I am. But see, one thing I understand is that you can't get caught up in these pastors and these preachers. And that's what a lot of these people in the conscious community are. They pastors, they preachers, they deacons. They're just people with these titles. Oh, I'm a lecturer. I debate people. I'm a conscious community scholar. But then you find out he's a pedorath. Pedoraths are pedophiles who only molest boys. You see? Then you find out he's a pedophile. Then you find out he's a charlatan. You see? Then you find out they're homosexual. Then you find out they federal informants. Then you find out they ex-police officers. You see what we dealing with here? And all of this comes out of a conscious war, a mental war, war of the minds. And you see the conscious war is even pushed. It's being promoted. War is an industry. War is the biggest industry of the world. This is why America is always at war. And see, now you got people who say they for black power and for black empowerment and for black unity, but they promote war by calling it a debate. But as you can see from the last debate, it's not a debate, it's a war. Now you got people fighting. So you have people promoting this conscious war, this war of the minds, this war of the ideologies to make money. Isn't that what the white supremacists do, family? When they promoting this jihad, Christians against Muslims, America against the Middle East. So we got to stay in tune, family. We got to really pay attention. We have to really pay attention and use discernment, use wisdom, apply what you're learning. Because we'll never be really effective in what we're trying to do if we don't really get our minds right, if we don't really heal from things, man. We have scarred mentalities. This is why arguments ensue so fast on these live streams between people. This is why you got girly acting men in these live streams. You come on the live stream, you know, the women giving you their attention because you saying some things. Now the guy who used to always be on a live stream, he's salty now. Because now he's not being heard. You see that? That's a complex. You know, when you grow up with a lot of siblings and you in between the middle or towards the youngest, a lot of times the older ones are the ones that are not heard anymore. So a person get older and they develop this complex with them. And when a person decides to listen to them, they want you to stay locked in on them. And if you don't, they get mad at you and start to judge you because their feelings is hurt. Because that takes them back to their childhood when they began to grow up and get more brothers and sisters that, you know, that basically your responsibility grows. So now the way you used to being responded to by your parents, it changes. And it happens in these live streams. And you see the flaws. You see the flaws. Now people want to cut people off. Now everything you say is wrong. Now you don't know what you're talking about. That brother or sister is at war with themselves because they don't want their next brother or sister to be heard more than them. You see? So let's heal before we build, family. Because nothing will truly be built until we heal. Everybody like to talk about Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street was able to, because those were mentally stable Black people. You see? They wasn't held back by their pain. They used their pain and their hurt to propel them forward. See, we using all that stuff to hold us back. We use slavery to hold us back, slavery to propel us forward. And see, once we address our wounds and we heal, then we become victors and not victims. When are we going to be tired of being victims, family? When we're going to be tired of feeling victimized all the time? When? When are we going to want that to stop? Because I'm even starting to see it now. People are hurt by things they went through in their past. And they're blaming the people that they're coming in contact with now on why they're like this and why they're like that. No, brother man. No, sister girl. This don't got nothing to do with us. This got something to do with your past before you introduced yourself to us. And what we got to start telling these people, family, is if you want to be part of this group or a part of this movement, you're going to have to work on yourself. And if you choose not to, then you can't come around. And that goes for online and offline. We just got to start doing that, family. Because like they say, hurt people hurt people. But not only do hurt people destroy shit too. Because they seek out to destroy. So I'm going to end it here, family. This is DS1 Ross. I represent the New Black Alliance. Thanks for tuning in to this episode on Sheep Stay Sleep Radio, Sheep Stay Sleep live stream. And remember, sheep stay sleep. Wise ones awoke. Peace.